Alright, I'm going to describe this before I put it on the page. This is called Penzo, P-E-N-Z-O pottery. I don't know if they're still in business. It is very, very close to the pottery that I did when I worked for a friend of mine who imported art from Africa in the late 90s, very late 90s, or maybe 2000, maybe the millennium. I don't remember. No, I guess it was early 2000s. Um, and we did pottery, we did metal sculptures, we did stone carvings, and we did a little bit of furniture and lamps. She did. I just worked there. And I have a piece of this, a plate that she gave me that was chipped. And I have a stone carving that is absolutely stunning that was cracked and chipped. And it's outside actually. And weighs about 50 pounds. But I wanted you to see these up close. There's like a gazelle. This is like a goblet, a gazelle, and a lot of tribal patterns, for lack of a better word. I think there's a bird right there too. You can see my bill. That's how close I am. But I just want you to see these. Here's a tea set with giraffes and elephants. This is a bowl that didn't get printed all the way, but there's giraffes. It's bright. This is like a jar with giraffes. And my stomach is growling again. Hopefully you can't hear that. It was bright. It's eclectic. It's not for everybody. But when I saw this pottery the first time, I gasped. And I still remember opening a container with crate after crate of this stuff and going, oh! Each piece was bigger, prettier. We had large water pitchers. We had large vases, large platters. I loved this pottery. I loved it. But that's what today's page is about. And I wanted you to see it up close before I started putting it down, because I don't think my camera's not good enough to get really beautiful close-up shots. So this is your beautiful close-up shot ahead of time. Capiche? Capiche. Now that I've said all that, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I think I have this paper. Now, it's going to be, there's so many bright colors, it's going to be, again, a case of this, where I may want a white background. That's not going to look good on a white background, though. I'm thinking black again. But I really would love to use this. But I think, unless I back it with something, let's see here. This is more paper that I made myself. And I like that there's 2 horizontal, 2 vertical. That was purely luck. Now, so what I'm thinking is to back it like that. Not completely, because I don't want to cover up the green and blue spots all the way. Let's try that. Gonna cut off some of the white. Now, this is my printer, which I really do love and see the value of, but it does have a cloudy image. Everything has just a tad bit of cloud to it. Like the colors in these things are not nearly as vibrant as they are in real life. Now, I don't know if anything else would be different. I'm taking it with the iPhone, so that's a pretty darn good camera. So I tried to find the pottery lady that that we dealt with in Zimbabwe, and I did not find anything about her. and I don't remember her name, but I remember the name of her pottery, which, now that I think about it, it was the name that we used for her. Anyhow, it was from Zimbabwe. I think she was in Harare, and I don't think Zimbabwe is along the Zambezi River, but the pottery was called Zambezi pottery, and it's very close. So that's my story. And it was close to my heart. And it was working for this lady that did this importing of this art was how I was going to get to Victoria Falls and the Zambezi River. So I'm just putting the backing back on this because the backing of these pictures is sticky, which is lovely, but not in this instance because I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I'm doing them all a little different. So this was back in the early 200, the beginning of this, it was like 2001, but it was before 9/11. So it was probably in the early part of the year. And I worked for her for about a year. For various different reasons, we did not continue our working partnership. And she really, her calling was a brilliant woman, writing children's textbooks and for school, and she went back to that for a variety of reasons also. So it kind of was okay how it all worked out for everybody, but it was an amazing job for a year or so, and it was close to home. Okay, you know, I think I might put another color behind the black because there is a lot of black in this, and I'm going to do something with the white here. Probably put more black. Let's see. I don't want to add any of my funky paper because there's just too much pattern. But it could be okay to add green. So see, like that. Then put that down on here. And again, not using the whole thing. Until I don't do the layering quite right, it's okay. It's my way, my version. Because you probably don't start with a full sheet of paper. Oh well. I have plotted out in my little way my Missouri River entire section. I don't like to do that, and when I do that, I tell you, but because I'm going to be traveling and because I don't want to mess it up, and because I think as I get closer to leaving, my mind starts going, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Have you got this? Have you got this? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? Have you packed this? Don't forget your charger. Don't forget your iPad. Duh. Don't forget an extension cord. Duh. I need to declutter as much as I can. I've practically been packed for a month. So stupid. And yesterday I went to art camp. I call it art camp. It's our Monday camp, our Monday gathering of different types of people of art. And I'm the only quilter. And I unpacked my entire bag of quilt stuff because I was looking for something. So now I have to repack the whole thing again. And I'm actually taking it in 2 suitcases. One suitcase is for traveling, my clothes for the whole trip, and art supplies. The other suitcase is quilts. And when I'm talking suitcases, I'm talking the carry-on size. They're rollers, but they're still carry-on. Okay, keep working, lady. But I have to repack that whole thing. So that's part of the effort to free my mind up and allow me to sleep a little bit this week before I go. Is plotting out my Missouri River. And I don't want to, particularly mess it up while I'm there because I won't be able to go back. Got all that too? That's on my mind. And I'll also be pre-filming the days while I'm actually at the retreat, because I don't want to have to film a video. I can upload it, but I'm not going to film it while I'm at the retreat. There's nowhere to do it. It's not what I want to be doing. I want to be immersed in my sewing. So while I'm there at the retreat, which is only 3 days of the 8 possibly that I'll be gone, I'm going to make tags for my quilting, my trip journal, not my river journal, but my trip journal, of 4 different tags. So I have those just the thought of what the tag wants to be, not what it looks like or whatever, but what I want it to be about. And those I'm going to pre-film in the next day or couple days and have those ready to go. So full disclosure, some of my stuff will be pre-filmed and it is already pre-planned, but not plotted. Like the green piece of paper goes here. I just have the topic because I don't like to have that in my head, because I feel like the more I pre-plan, the worse I like the spread. I like organic development. Ooh, I like that. I like organic development and how that organically developed, that phrase. Okay. Now I need to add a little bit of journaling of why I included this pottery in the middle of the Zambezi River. Oh, I need to paint this edge black. Let's do that. Perty. I was laughing at you so hard. She reminded me in the comment section, which anybody can leave me a comment. I tried to respond in a sort of timely fashion. don't forget your travel book stickers. I'm like, what is she talking about? It took me 2 hours, literally, Kurtie, from when I discovered that message to what the heck is she talking about, till I'm like, oh my goodness, I know what she's talking about, and yes, I do want to bring those, and yes, how come I didn't think of that, and how does she remember what supplies I have? Better than I do. Well, that wouldn't be hard, probably, for anybody. This is my idea book. From when I get these grand ideas at 2 o'clock in the morning, I write them on my phone, because my phone is with me, because basically my parents, if there's anything wrong, we don't use our landline, we use only phones, and I want to be able to know if they're calling. Anyhow, and then I transfer from my phone in a big batch to this book, and it can't be transferred to a blank piece of paper. Right. Okay, this needs to dry. And I need to figure out how I'm going to, Lord have mercy, how I am going to, here's some Pear Tea stickers with teapots. And those were some of my favorite, there's a tea set, pottery. Oh, see, that's why I do it like this. Alright, let's just see if we can pat some of this paint so it dries a little bit faster. Oh yeah, I don't have it glued in here yet. Huh. Okay. I need a tip in. And I might just use the black and green, or have it pretty on one side and green on the other, and write on the green. How big do I want to make this? I want to make it credit card size. Alright, so this brand is called Penzo, and I think it was, I discovered it right at the end of working for this lady. So I don't know if this lady, the lady she received the art from, we were the importers, and if she was, but it was more of a relationship because she actually was friends with the lady that owned this company. And I don't know if this was her own selling or if it's a competing brand, but it is exactly looks like what Our Lady did. And I don't know if either one of them are still in business, because admittedly it is a, ooh, my video's finished uploading, hold on, it is a acquired taste, because this would not fit in everybody's house. But I don't worry about things like that. Okay. This is black, but I don't want more black. I mean white. I might put green here. I'm getting down to getting rid of most of my scrap paint, which I have had for a long time, and it's bits and bobs and bottles. Oh, to get this brush wet. I use a sponge to get most of the water off when I want a fairly dry brush, because I can just wash it and I'm not wasting paper. Paper should be used for other things, right? Although when you clean off your brush onto other paper, it is gorgeous. Okay, this is all very damp, but that's good. So, I think I'm going to have it on this edge because I want the green to show up. Alright, let's write here what we're going to write. I think I'm going to do it in my Posco pen, and I think I'm going to just do so say early memories of early, there goes my stomach, sorry, 2000s of working with, I'm just going to put an art importer. And okay, pen, don't fail me now. Our Zambezi, come on. Pottery. And I'm going to put in here Penzo, because that's what these pictures are from. Ah, this pen is going to mess up on me. Might be because my glue is still damp. I tried to store this pen upside down. Okay. Now. Going to put a teapot on the outside. Here's a green one. Pear Tea stickers. Love her work. Now, this needs a green. Oh, I know what this needs. If I can find it. That's the thin one. I think that'll work. Ooh, no, let's do this. Let's add more pattern. Green Bargello, or what do you call this? Chevron. Green chevron. Okay. Love this. It is black again after having black here, but it's a different kind of color combo, so I'm okay. I think. Let's see here. So, even though I don't think Zimbabwe was one of our countries, it's okay in my heart. I'm the boss of my book, right? Right. There goes my stomach again. I promise you I do eat. It's just that I haven't eaten breakfast by the time I always do this. So I start every morning, every day, with you. Kirky's eating breakfast. I'm eating breakfast. Oh, pretty. Love it. Not for everybody's taste, I'm aware of that. But it's my taste. And it's bright, and I like all that. Put another piece of tape here. Am I just crazy, or is that pretty? I think I'm crazy, but it also is pretty. And I used my own paper again. And now I'm off to paint class. Pretty!